So I was sitting here and praying before I go to bed, and I was asking God, there's so many unanswered questions about the disappearance of Sudishka, excuse me, Sudishka, pardon me. And I'm just like asking God, why have they, meaning that the Dominican Republic media have not given us any updates about the disappearance of her, any news of what's been going on, or any what you call it, any suspects, any leads, nothing, crickets. And it's just very upsetting that this 20-year-old American student has been missing for months. Okay, it is April 19th and nothing. We haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything about what happened to her. Nothing. It's like they just want this to go away, case closed, and that's it. Well, it's unacceptable for me. It's unacceptable for other people that's been talking about this and keeping this case alive. And I just don't understand, like, why they don't want to find the truth and why they don't want to investigate about the disappearance of her. And it came to my realization that something doesn't seem right at that resort, okay, at the Riu República Hotel. Something's very sketchy about that hotel. I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint it. I don't have any proof or evidence, but something's telling me in my gut, you guys, something's not right in that hotel. It seems like there's a lot of shady things that's been going on in that hotel that no one doesn't want to talk about. People are being afraid. I know I read reviews about the hotel that the employees are not very nice. They're not very friendly. Um, there was one occasion a girl spoke out on her TikTok video that there was like an incident at that resort. There was a blackout, and actually it was the same time that the disappearance of um, Tsunaki, sorry, Sudishka. I keep saying her last name, and that the power went out, and that one of her friends' wallet was missing. I'm just paraphrasing, and they couldn't get into their room because of the key card because of the blackout. But you definitely have to watch it. I believe her name is Mel something on TikTok. But anyway, it seemed like a lot of shady things, like I said, goes on in that resort that no one doesn't want to talk about. No one doesn't want to say anything, especially the employees, and it's very disturbing to me. Like I said, I don't have actual proof or evidence um, to back up my claims, but I'm just going with my instincts, my gut instincts. Something doesn't seem right, and I don't know why they have not done a thorough investigation at that resort, unless you know cover up. When you have money, money talks. When you persuade someone or give someone a large amount of money, they keep their mouth shut. And I'm saying, in regards to the authorities, the government, the judges, whoever in that country, okay, they don't want anyone to know their little dark secret or any their dirty little secret because they don't want bad publicity. They don't want pest, bad press, and they don't want to lose business because if people know the truth about that resort, they will lose business and people won't go, and that's what they don't want. And that's why I believe that that's why they don't have that's why they haven't done their thorough investigation, meaning that questioning the bartender looked very suspicious and sketchy. Questioning those two men, they're probably long gone by now because we don't know their names. We just see um, videos of them, but we can't clearly see their face. So they're probably long gone right now. They're probably not in a Dominican Republic. They're probably in a different state. So that's like, okay. The friends, they didn't question her friends either. And then they were seen with her too before the whole incident happened. I don't understand why the authorities did not question her friends, did not question those strange men at the bar, okay, who was probably watching them the whole time. They didn't question the bartender. They only questioned one person, which was Josh. And I get it. Josh was the last person to be with her at the beach. However, there was other people that was with her as well, which I don't understand. Because if you was in the United States and if I was with a bunch of people, we will all be questioned. Everyone's a suspect. Everyone. It can't just be one person. It's everyone. And it's very mind-boggling that they didn't question anyone but him. okay, but him. And another thing, I believe they were drugged. I believe they were drugged. I believe they were watched. I believe that whatever happened that day, the disappearance of her, I believe those two men had something to do with it. And maybe the bartender too. Maybe the bartender has something, some type of involvement. That's just my theory that I'm going with, and my gut feeling. That's what I'm going with. I'm telling you, I believe that she's very much alive. I believe that she was taken against her will at that beach. I don't believe what Joshua was saying, and as far as the statement that he made, his confession, whatever you call it, his story is very inconsistent. He said that he was in the water with her. There was a high wave, and then they almost drowned, and then he had to rescue her, have her underneath her arm. Then he had so much salt water in his mouth that he threw up, and then he passed out on a beach chair. Then he called her name, and then he didn't hear any response, and then he believed that she left. Okay, I'm going to put myself in that situation at that beach, just that I was with him. He passed out. And then I'm walking towards back to the resort so I can go back to my room. Then I have two men behind me grab my mouth and took me against my will. I believe that's what happened to her. She left her sandal there and her beach cover up. Okay, that there's so many scenarios behind that. Okay, that to make you and I believe that she drowned because her beach sandal was at the beach and her beach cover was there. Another scenario, I believe, maybe she was really wasted, so drunk that she forgot about it. That's a possibility too. We all been there when we get a little bit wasted. We forget our belongings. You know, it could be a beach sandal, it can be a beach cover, it can be a purse or whatever. That can happen too. That's a possibility as well. But I'm going to go with the first scenario, that she was walking back to her room and she was grabbed. She was grabbed against her will and someone took her. Because again, I believe she was being watched. She was being targeted, her and Joshua. They saw him pass out, so obviously he can't witness anything. They noticed that he was drunk, passed out on a beach chair, so they took her. I believe they took her against her will. Probably sex trafficking, probably God knows what. And then they made us but think that she drowned in the water when she did not drown in the water, because there's no proof of evidence that she did. Until they present some type of proof that she drowned in the water, she's very much alive, and I believe that with every fiber of my being, and I stayed on that, and I've been saying that in all of my videos, that she's very much alive unless they can prove us otherwise. But she is very much alive, and someone took her against her will. That's number one. Number two, I believe that they were paid off, because who will wire did the father wire $60,000? Okay, $60,000. I don't think that all of it is should believe for attorney fee. I believe that half of it was their attorney fee and half of it for Josh to leave, to go back to the States, to pay off the police, to pay off the judge, to pay off the government. I don't know, in that country. Okay, I believe that's what happened here. Okay, I believe that Joshua was scared, his family was scared. So what they did, they wired that money. They wired that money to pay them off so Josh can come back in the United States. I don't care what anyone tells me, because that country is corrupt, corrupt as crap. Okay, when money talks, bullshit walk, and all of this is just bullshit to me. Okay, so I don't care what anyone tells me. No one can tell me otherwise. They were paid off to cover everything up, to save Joshua's skin, because he couldn't even answer a question that was given to him, and he had his attorney present with him. What do you have to hide? If you have nothing to hide and everything that you're saying is true on your statement, you could easily answer those 8 questions with the presence of your attorney, but you didn't do that. And then his story was inconsistent. So that's why I don't believe what Josh is saying is true, because think about it, you guys. It's his word. Who else was there? She can't say anything because she's still missing. So we're going based on what Joshua is saying. There was no cameras at the beach, nothing to back up his claim. So yeah, I'm not going by his word, because his statement is inconsistent. If he was consistent, the whole time that he was being interviewed, then I can say, okay, maybe it's a possibility he's telling the truth. But he was not consistent. He was inconsistent. None of his story made sense to me. So like, yeah, I don't believe him. I believe that after they left from the bar, they went back to the room with with the group of them, because you can see it in the footage, because I kept, repeating and watching the footage, and then all of them went to the beach, and then the friends came back, but Joshua and Tsunaki, Sudishka, excuse me, I keep saying her last name again. Sudishka was still at the beach with Joshua, and her friends took off with her phone, with her wallet, which I don't understand why her friend would not give her her phone. Maybe because they knew that maybe her friends knew that she was drunk and they didn't want her to lose her phone. That's a possibility too. Again, we were not there. But for me, I'm sorry. If I was even a glimpse of tipsy or a little bit drunk, I want my phone. I just want my phone, just in case. Just in case something happens. That's just my scenario and my thought process. If it was me, I want my phone. You're not gonna hold my phone. But I don't know. I wasn't there. There's no footage of them at the beach because there was no cameras there supposedly, which I wish there were had cameras there, because then we could find out more of what really happened at that beach, but we don't know. So again, I'm putting myself back in the beach. I'm with Joshua, hanging out, probably making out or whatever, and then next you know it, Joshua passed out, like I said. um she was getting tired, or she was drunk herself. She wanted to go back to the room, and the next you know, she was grabbed. She was taken, and then Joshua was at the beach the whole time, passed out on a beach chair. Then he went back to the hotel, no shirt, no sandal, nothing, just walking back barefoot. Didn't say anything to his friends. Didn't say anything to the front desk. Nothing. Like nothing happened until someone asked him, "What happened to her? What happened to Sudishka? What happened to her?" And then he said what he said, which I don't believe. I really don't believe. And also, whoever has her, I believe she's still in the DR. It's a possibility that she's still in the DR. It's a possibility she has not been moved yet. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going with my gut feeling here. She's probably still at the DR. And now that her parents declare her dead, they're probably showing her the footage of what her parents said, the statement that they made, that they believe that their daughter drowned, and they're going through the grieving process, and everyone please have them in their prayers, and then they want to respect their privacy. Now, can you imagine if you were being taken, and then someone who took you against your will show you a footage of your parents saying that they believe that you drowned, that they're going to declare you dead? That will bring anyone down. That will make them lose hope and give up, that no one doesn't give a damn about me. No one's not searching for me. Everyone thinks I'm dead, including my parents. That's a low blow. That can just not motivate you to live. That you just don't care. But I just want to tell you this. If she is watching, if she is listening, we all care. We care of what happens to you. We care because we are still continuing to talk about this case and this story. I believe, and everyone else believe, that whoever's doing the video contents in regards to her, we believe that she is very much alive, that she is not dead, because there's no body have been found yet. Okay? And I just want to say, do not give up hope. Do not lose hope. Don't feel discouraged because those bastards took you and they want to break your spirit. They want to break your will. They want you to give up and be on your lowest low. But if you believe in God, you know that God will come through for you, because He's always on time and He's never late. And He's going to bring everything to light. So whoever was involved in this and did not say anything, He is going to bring it to the light. Because you can hide things for so long in the dark, but God is going to bring it to the light, because God don't like evil. Okay? And what's happening here is pure evil. You take someone against their will and you don't even return them back, like there's some prisoner, like there's some slave. No, That is unacceptable. And you think that people are to stop talking about it? Maybe the authorities are stop talking about it in Dominican Republic, but the people who's doing video content about her, we're not stopping. We're not giving up, including me. We're going to continue to talk about this, continue to investigate, continue to put things together to keep this story alive until someone tell us otherwise, because we need answers, and they still have not given us answers about the disappearance of her. And it's utterly disgusting. The FBI needs to be involved in this. This is an American girl. This is an American girl who's been missing for months now, and there still haven't been any discovery of what's going on. TJ Ward wants to be an active investigator in this case, but he needs the blessing of her parents to get this rolling. We're wasting precious time here. If she is taken and going to be sex trafficking, they can move her across the world. Then what? And people who knew about this in the Dominican Republic didn't do anything about it when they could have done something about it. My goodness, there's a reward out for her. Just take the money. Someone's offering you a reward. You don't even have to reveal your name. Just dump her somewhere and then just call the authorities so that you found her and someone would rescue her or take her. Why hold her against her will? She is not your property. She is a human being who has family and loved ones that's been praying for her and people that's been praying for her to bring her home, and you just take her against her will? Whoever you are a coward. You're disgusting. You have no backbone for you just to grab someone against their will. For what purpose? For your own personal gain and pleasure? You're disgusting. Disgusting. And let me be very, very clear. God is watching, and God will expose you and expose everyone that was involved in this. You mark my words. You mark my words. You think my words are nothing? Well, you wait and see what God would do. Okay? Because he sees all. He already knows who took her. He already knows what happened. And he's going to bring everything to the light. You will see. You will see. You don't have to take my word for it. Okay? You do evil, God is going to give you evil. He's going to bring everything to the light. And there will be justice for her. There will be. Because this is just really ridiculous that they're not saying anything. They're not even doing the active investigation of where is she, what happened. They didn't even investigate none of them. Not the friends, not the strange men, not the bartender, no one. If this was in the United States, everyone's a suspect. It's just common sense. I'm not even a police law enforcement, but I have common sense. If someone is missing or something happened, everyone's a suspect. You can't just rule only one person because they were the last person to see with her. The friends. No one didn't interview the girlfriends. No one didn't interview those two strange men, like I said, the bartender, everyone. Not even the people of the resort, the hotel. Like I said, something's very sketchy. All of it is sketchy all around. Okay, there's a lot of cover up, a lot of bullshit that no one doesn't want to talk about, and no one doesn't want to release the truth. It's all a mystery. Mystery, lies, cover up, disappearance, the Dominican Republic, everything. Everything. But you know what? God is going to bring it to the light, and he's going to stop the corruption, everything that's been going on over there. Because you can just take someone against their will and do whatever you want with them and think you're going to get away with it. Because you're not going to get away with it. You're not. You think that you won because no one's not talking about it. You think that the case is closed. Well, I can tell you this, we're all going to keep talking about this because we believe that she is alive. We believe that she was taken. And I absolutely, with a shadow of the doubt, that God will bring her home and she will be a living testimony of all of this. You will see. You will see. You will see. You don't have to take my word for it. You will see. But let me know, you guys, your thoughts of this video. And I just want to say before I go, I just really appreciate each and one of you supporting me on this. for me talking about this and keeping this case alive. And also, I like to thank everyone else who's doing video content about her and keeping her story alive as well, because we're all not giving up on her. We all very much believe that she's still alive, that she was taken. She did not drown because they want us to believe that she was drowned. It was just, they're saying there was no foul play. That's a lie. Okay. Obviously, she was taken. That's criminal. Even though there was no proof of it, that's criminal. And if anyone can pull up or find the police report of Joshua's confession, please let me know. Please drop it on the comments, because I've been trying to look for that police report and I can't find anything. I cannot find anything. I'm still continuing to search for it, but I can't find anything. But if you can find something, please let me know and drop it on the comment below and let me know your thoughts. And I really appreciate each and one of you giving me your perspective and your thoughts behind this and supporting me. I could not do this without you, and obviously without God, because He just continued to give me the strength and continue with prayer for her and her family. And like I said, I feel bad for the family. I'm not going to condemn them or say anything bad about them. They're going through their own grief and their own process, and they're believing what the authorities told them, which their authorities were absolutely wrong for telling them that their daughter drowned when they didn't have any proof of that. They didn't have any proof of presenting that to their parents. And I just really feel bad for the parents. And I know that they wanted to do that. I know that was very tough and hard for them to make that statement, especially the father, and then seeing the mother upset and crying like that she didn't agree with it, but she has to follow her husband's lead, obviously. And it's just very sad because the authorities knew what they were doing. They took, in my opinion, they took advantage of the parents. They really did. Because if it was anyone else, they would have told those police officers to kick rocks. Because I know I would. If they would have told me that my kid drowned, I'm like, you're absolutely crazy. Kick rocks. If you're not going to do your job, I'm going to call the FBI. I'm going to call TJ Wards. I'm going to call everyone in the United States to come to your country, and we're going to raise hell. You're going to raise hell until my child is found. That would have been me, because no one's not going to tell me otherwise until you show me the body. But they took advantage of those nice, kind people. They took advantage of them. And that's why they're not even talking about it. It's just crickets. And it's really, really crazy to me they can actually do that. Crazy. But that's okay. Because, like I said, the truth will come out. It will. Don't you worry, it will come out. And I cannot wait till each and one of everyone who was involved will be exposed and go to prison. Go to prison. But that's all I have to say about that, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. That's it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. God bless. And keep praying for her to come home safely. Bye. No,